Hey everyone. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm Renault. So I'll just go straight to the topic. I like to make this presentation short so we can have a more time to communicate. Basically, we really like to hear from you and to keep improving our product. So I'll start with a quick introduction of the company. So Rokid was established back in 2014. Our headquarters in Hangzhou, China, and we have a A lab, which is AI lab, which focus on the voice algorithms. They're in Beijing, and we have another lab which is established in 2016 March, and that was us. So basically, we are in San Carlos in the Bay Area. We focus on the imaging processing and also the AR technology. Our first product, Rokid Alien, was launched in the market in 2016 February, and our second product, which is also a consumer market product, it's in 2017. And last year October, we opened our voice platform. You can consider it's more of like Alexa. Basically, all the Chinese Alexa. So everyone, all the China hardware vendor and software vendors can leveraging our voice technology. But the big difference between Alexa platform and us is that we also opened our double E design, basically the electronic design and also the hardware design. Basically the ME, mechanical engineering design. So that's a biggest difference. And also whoever most of the hardware company, they also need the front ends voice technology like the VAD, the wake word, all those technology we will provide. Basically Alexa doesn't provide those technologies. And January this year, we released our, actually, I should say, we announced our Rokid Glass product in CES. And we collect a lot of feedback from you and other attendees that to improve our product. Thank you for that. And basically, we have two core technologies. We call it two, but that's actually a lot. We have the voice recognition, biometrics, interaction system, and also actually we have front end VAD, all those things. And also we have hardware design, hardware reference design for the voice system. And also for the AR technology side, which my lab mainly focus on is the SLAM technology, gesture recognition, face recognition, and object recognition. So that's basically the two core technology we have right now, and we will spend the next few years to focus on. And just by the way, so you may wonder, why we just focus on two different tracks. So the Beijing office, they mainly focus on the voice interaction. Our lab mainly focus on the AR technology. So yeah, that's basically a quick introduction of the company. So if you have any question, we can discuss after this presentation. It's really short, so you don't have to worry. It's not too boring. Yeah. So basically, why we putting AI on AR? So basically, a lot of my friends, visitors who tried our product, they ask me why you have, you make like 3rd-generation smart speakers or companion robots, right? Why you make another AR glass, right? That's a lot of question. So basically, I will just explain this in a little bit. So first of all, I just give you a quick, overview about the whole AR industry. So basically, from the, many market research firms, and also when we talk to the hardware vendor, the optics vendor and software vendors, even I talk to Facebook and Google a lot. So everyone just believe, by 2020 or latest 2021, there will be a big expansion on the AR market. And also thanks to the popularity of Pokemon Go and the race of AR Kit, AR Core, basically the smartphone AR is getting quite popular right now. And I just read a news this morning that there will be a 900 million users by 2020, I think. They will be using the smart cell phone AR apps. So that's really fantastic very cool number. And also from the revenue side, most of the revenue will come from the hardware, basically. And also to this point, we don't really call us a hardware company. I mean, Rokid itself, even we make hardware. But the main reason for that is, we can't find a better hardware solution for our AI technology. That's why we make hardware also right now. But when the industry get mature, if there are more, better reference design, or ODM has a better solution, we will definitely go with that direction. We just focus on our software. So yeah. So basically, why AR glass? That's a biggest topic right now today. So basically, what AR glass can provide you, right? The first one is more immersive display. You can see virtual information and physical, people, object in the real world, and also you see certain 3D things, which you can play with either with gesture control or other, control, and also the voice control, right? Basically, you can say, oh, hey, what is this? What is that? Something like that. I will just explain a little bit more detailed later. And also from the user interaction involvement, right? So you see, we used to carry a very big hardware to, to implement a very simple task. And then we use a laptop and cell phone. And then I think we will use, something which is really personal and portable, which is a AR glass, right? I think that we will eventually be, that day will eventually come. And so, here's the thing. Basically, what is our product vision and why we're making a AR glass? So basically, our mission is to deliver, AI technology that, basically your additional system that really help to improve your life quality and the efficiency. So, by leveraging our voice AI and vision AI, we can, implement or we can achieve those goals. So we have a very clear product roadmap, which is home AI, portable AI, and personal AI. Actually, I put some typo here. In the middle is home AI. On the left side is portable AI, which has a battery. And personal AI is our AR glass. So we spend like 2 years, in the past 2 years, considering what is personal AI, right? We have this vision, we just don't know where to fit it, where we put this digital assistant. So we thought about the, earphone, we thought about, button, it's your, what is that, bracket. So we considered a lot of different personal variables that you may bring with you every day. At the end of the day, we choose a personal AI. We choose to put a personal AI in an AR glass. The main reason for that is, normally it's a voice assistant, right? It's using your voice. So it had a microphone, it had a speaker, which can, collect your voice input and output. But what's the biggest, breakthrough in this is that, most of the smart speaker, let's say Alexa, right? They know you configure your location. Basically, they know most of them don't have a GPS, but basically they know your location, so they can give a recommendation. The voice recognition, the voice interaction, they can give you a recommendation based on your location. But actually, they don't know what's surroundings, right? What's around you. So we're trying to add an eye onto this personal assistant. So you can, basically, if you watch the movie Her, every people in this company, we really love that movie. So basically, Samantha, she has an eye, she have a camera to see the world, and so she know how, her host feel about this world, what he sees, what he feels, what he listens. I think that's a really cool thing. We add this camera, we add a vision to the voice systems, right? So basically, you can imagine this when you're standing in a tower, right? And you ask, hey, Rocky, what is this tower, right? Or how high is it? What's ahead of it? And it knows you are seeing a specific building, leveraging your GPS data and also the image recognition data. So we can seamlessly merge those two different data together and give you a recommendation. I'll give you some information that you need. So it's a more complicated QA system, and also it can be adding NLP, so it can be more even more complicated and give you a better experience. So yeah, I don't want to make a lot of examples on this, but just you can imagine how do we leverage the technologies to implement all those different scenarios. So, and also I think we have a blog on Medium or somewhere, which Rania can send to you, which explains several things that we are trying to build right now. Yeah. And here we just give you a quick introduction to the product in case you didn't see it or try it. So this is a Rokid glass. This is our CES model. I mean, the latest or the final design, which looks much slimmer than this one, which I think Linda can give you a quick update after this. I won't talk too much. So it's lightweight. So comparing to the HoloLens or other smart or AR helmet, we really focus on lightweight is really something we focus on, and also that makes it really variable. So I think that's very critical. And the stunning view, right? We are using micro OLED. I think we are one of the top, at least one of the early adopter using this technology. And voice assistant. Basically, we have a history of accomplishment on the voice assistant part. Hold on. Next, we need to. So Jason, can you mute your voice? Okay. So face recognition, basically, we will show you demos. So it's not this boring PPT. We will show you demos after this. So we have face recognition, which can give you social information. Think about it. When you go to events, right? Right now, we are working with several of the biggest event planner, basically conference planner. So they will use our software and AR glass to fill in all those attendees face information from LinkedIn, and then they can you can wear a glass. Their staff can wear a glass and go to the conference. They see, oh, this guy is who? This guy is James, or it's right now from the CEO from another company. So basically, that's really useful over there. And also, hold on. Okay, object recognition. So think about a retail or even your daily life. It help you to recognize object, recognize the products. Right now, we are also working with several of the biggest retailer and also e-commerce website to implement these things. It's already in the development stage. Yeah, I mean the algorithms are finished. We are co-develop the product, the software product together. So yeah, so that's about it. That's from me, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions after this. So Linda can give you a quick update of the product, and actually at the beginning she will also explain a little bit why we are doing such design and product definition. Okay, cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Linda. I'm a research scientist focused on the hardware, specifically optical system of the AR glass work. And I'll be updating you some basically the prototype we showed at CES, what is the overall system looks like, and also why we choose those specific components. So if you look at the AR glasses currently in the market, we think they are generally can be categorized into two extremes. On the left-hand side, it's what we think is more like a VR actually, because they look like a helmet rather than glass. And it's really a it's a platform to showcase all the cool technologies, and it's made more for the developers. We think for this kind of VR helmet-like AR, actually the virtual stuff starts to disturb the real world. When you actually use them, you won't wear this to outdoor activities. And the other extreme is, for example, Google Glass. It's really very design extreme. It's lightweight, looks fantastic when you put it on your face. But the virtual actually excludes the reality because the field of view and all the other aspects is not enough to give you an immersive experience. And what we are looking to make from the technological or design perspective is really something that's like very wearable. You would it would look nice on your face and lightweight with good design. And also for the immersiveness, in terms of the optical performance or electronics, it will be based on the scenario and how much immersiveness you want. So it's something in the middle. And we break this down into like 3 important aspects if we want to target at consumers. First is the weight. This is distribution of the current products in the market. The lightest is probably Google Glass, which is less than 50 grams. And the heavier one is like HoloLens from Microsoft. It weighs about 500 grams. So imagine you have like 1 pound on your head, which you probably can't bear with for a long time. And then in terms of performance, immersiveness, right? So it depends on the field of view you have from the optical imaging system. So on Google Glass, it only has about 15 degrees of field of view. So you need to roll your eyeball upward to be able to see the image, and it doesn't overlap at all with your the real world. And the other extreme is like Meta. It has a huge field of view, but then it sacrifices the design, how it looks like. It basically looks like a big bug eye on your like head. So in terms of price, it also it covers a large range from like $500 to like HoloLens $3,000. So for Rokid, if we want to target at consumer market eventually, we pick the weight from like a little bit above 100 grams. Field of view, we think as long as it's enough for the scenario, it gives you enough immersiveness under that scenario. That's good enough. So we chose like 33 degrees, somewhere around that. In terms of price, it's just little bit below $1,000. So yeah, so these specs are subject to change, but that's what we target at when we start to put in the technologies together. And I'll show you a quick video of like the conceptual video of what we shoot by ourselves, by our own designers and directors and actors. And you'll see what we want our glass to be able to do in the end.
We use our phone every day on the go. Messaging, navigating, tweeting, calling, almost everything. When we're driving, but that's dangerous. Motorcycling? Do you have a death wish? Skateboarding? You better be a pro. Biking one-handed? Are you serious? We need something else for these activities. Something that's hands-free. Now we have Rokid Glass, your daily personal companion. Melody, directions to the shopping mall.
Navigating 6 miles away. Keep straight, 2.2 miles away.
Cool, almost there.
What's up?
Oh, hey.
How are you doing?
Hey, Grace, how was Hawaii?
It's 10:46.
Wow, lots of sales today. Melody, I'm looking for running shoes. Ah, my favorite. Oh, nice. I'm getting Nikes. Oh my gosh, these are awesome. Melody, accept the call.
Honey, I need to transfer some files to my flash drive. You know where the adapter is?
Oh yeah, show me your flash drive.
Sure.
Oh yes, it's probably in the living room. It should be in the cabinet. Take out that one. Take out all the cables. Here it is.
Sweet. Thank you, honey.
Wow, so beautiful. Melody, play that video. Amazing. Melody, show me what the future looks like.
David, you are seeing the future.
So this video just showcases some scenarios that we consider important, like face recognition. We are walking the street and see a familiar friend, and then like object recognition, or like a point of interest recognition when you are like touring in a city. So it will just like provide you assistance, and which is just enough to make your life easier. And then talking is easy, right? How did we make this? So it didn't start very beautifully. It starts from like an optical module that our optical designer designed in the house. And so we did a lot of rigorous testing, and that's our CEO. He's like testing the TOF camera with his own head. And then it starts to get better and better, and eventually we were able to make something very lightweight, 130 grams for this year's CES, with all the electronic boards and systems built inside with lots of sensors and cameras. So how to build it? It basically can be broken down into several subsystems. In terms of hardware, there's of course the basic is the optical display system, and there is the electronic system, the CPU and power and sensors. All these need to be made onto one single board that is able to be fit into the small form factor of the glass, which is very challenging. And also, it's not a closed system. It needs to communicate with the outside world through like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And on top of that, you can't make a huge helmet that looks ugly, right? Nobody's going to want to wear that. So the industrial design and the mechanical structure engineers, they really need to try hard to make this beautiful and functional at the same time. So then on top of that, we need an operating system. We use Android. And then finally, we are able to build some cool apps on it. So I will go through each of these subsystems briefly, and just to give you the concept and some specs. Then I'll show you some demo of the apps. Okay, so in terms of optical system, it comprises of like optical display and the optics, the mirror, the lenses. And so for optical display, there are many many like solutions in the market right now. So this table just listed all of them, and we carefully compared the pros and cons. And in the end, for the current version, we chose like OLED. Which will give you the best contrast and the best color effect. It's very color vivid, and of course, it's the most like energy efficient solution as well. So for the optics, there are also a lot of solutions, right? They are like everybody is debating which is ultimately the best solution. So for example, there's beam splitting prism, which is from Google Glass, but that one is limited. It has very limited field of view. It won't give you immersiveness. And Bird Bus from ODG, for example, it has very low optical transport efficiency. It will be very dim if you wear it outdoor. And freeform solutions, some freeform solutions, they are like just like very thick prism. it looks bulky and not nice on your face. And there's finally a waveguide solution, which is newly emerging, but the mass production technologies are not very mature, and also the optical efficiency is also a little bit low. So Rokid is very good at designing the product, and it's very fashionable and modern design. So you can see this different from all those like helmet-like AR headsets, or like some bug eye like AR glasses. We really have like a streamlined, modern, fashionable industrial design. And this is just one example of the sports version. You can see how much thought we put into this design. And currently, for the next version, it will look even better on top of this. So for the mechanical engineering, so we put a lot of thoughts into choosing the materials. So it's both lightweight and gives you a very good touch feeling. And on top of that, it needs to be very ergonomic, so you won't feel the fatigue after wearing it for a long time. So following this, I will show you some demos, which we shoot with our glasses in-house. This is real video, not conceptual. So keep your eyes open. And the first video is the interactive user interface. The first one I'm going to show is a gesture control. You can see by waving in your hand, you're entering like one app and seeing the cool immersive video content. And except for gesture control, it also has a touchpad. You can also do touch control, and there's also voice control, which Rokid is good at. So by calling,
play music.
By calling the voice engine, you'll be able to
play Beyonce.
There's some lower latency. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. So so we also have our own research scientists doing the computer vision algorithms in-house, and we've been doing this for like more than 3 years, starting back in Hangzhou, and also up to now we are able to do like algorithms for face recognition, gesture recognition, object recognition with very high accuracy. And I'll just show you the demo. For example, this one is the face recognition. You can see I'll be able to recognize our employees. If the data is not trained, it will just show as a new friend. So this accuracy is very high. It will help you overcome, you know, if you forget a familiar friend's face in the street. So the users really like this app. I'm gonna play it again. When we show it at CES. You can see the response speed is very fast. There's Reynolds handsome feature. So this is the gesture recognition. You can see it not only can detect whether there is a hand wave or not, it's actually detecting all the like the movement of your fingers with very high accuracy and be able to mimic your whole hand moving. So all these algorithms are developed by our computer vision research scientists. And also what's more advanced is like the 3D. So the advantage of AR is you'll be able to interact in the 3D space. You are not confined onto your 2D cell phone screen anymore, right? And then this guy, and let's look at what he's doing. He's like using his hand to do some magic, and turns out he's controlling. You are seeing on the desktop what he's seeing from the AR glasses. He's controlling with his finger and hands for the robot to move on the surface that the SLAM algorithm detects. Yeah, so this is basically our update on the technology. And if you are, I think we can go into the Q&A session if you're interested in asking questions.
Yeah, by the way, I think there were several questions, when you fill the application form, right? So first one is that effective AI is integrated? It's here. Okay. So is it effective that AI is integrated in AR glass? I will say, AR glass, if there's no AI, it's just basically useless, right? It's just another sunglass or something. So it's kind of a must, not really it's effective or not. So if it's a must, we'll have to make it effective in, power consumption, accuracy, and many other aspects. So it's a must. And what is the battery life? Right now, active use, like Linda mentioned, it's about 3-4 hours. We are still making a lot of efforts to improve this. But again, there is a balance between the battery, the wearable, basically the weight, and also the performance. So yeah, we're trying to make a perfect balance for the use case we are talking on. And integrating display, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, we have, so I think, yeah, this question is a little hard to explain in short word. But yeah, we have considered all those elements when we design the software and the hardware. So basically, I think right now, based on our part definition, right, SLAM is a critical part, but it's not like a HoloLens SLAM. So that's not the same level, and yeah, but that's basically our part definition, and we won't go that way. And more apps, right? So more apps right now, we are working with several partners in different industry, and all those industry are very close to consumer, as they say. So we are working together to make the apps, but I can't really disclose the specific company name because we have NDA. And lightweight, again, we're trying to make it really lightweight but useful. So there's again a balance here. We did a lot of user testing, and we're working with one of the well-known glass design ODM, something like that, or it's a design shop. So we're trying to make it really wearable and need to look natural while wearing. Okay, so basically on late of June, we will release our latest design, or we call it the final design of the AR glass. It looks much slimmer and sharper than the current design, which is a prototype you might already tried on the CES. So just to be expect. Yeah, that's it. That's all the questions we have, I think. Oh, and one applicant, raised like 19 suggestions. I can't really answer all your, suggestions or questions, but thank you for all those suggestions. We are very carefully reviewing them, and I think all those suggestions will, in a way, add to our design. Thank you for that. Yeah, QA. So feel free to ask if you have any questions, suggestions. We will make a note here, and all of them will be potentially added in our final design. So when you try this glass in the end of this year, it will be there. I mean, your suggestion will be there. So, any questions?
Hi, how are you? So, do you guys have plan to open SDK to developers to develop the apps for the like a future AR glass?
Yeah, I think just when we show those software, right, basically they will be open as a standard SDK, right? Why we show those demos is that just show you the potential abilities, right? For all the SDKs, you can use all those SDK to develop your own software, basically. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. feel free to send us an email, on glass@rokid.com. So any of your questions, we will carefully review. So, and also, basically we have those social channels at Rokid Inc. That's our Twitter. And we also have a Facebook page. And also we have Instagram. And next time, probably next month or the month later, we will have we potentially have an offline meetup, which you can play with Glass and also potentially, play with our SDK. So I think that's more interactive and more interesting, just in case if you're more interested in that. But yeah, okay,
Have
cool.
a good weekend, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.